Have you ever felt like your attention span is shorter than a goldfish's? Do you find yourself constantly switching between tasks, unable to focus on anything for more than a few minutes? If so, you're not alone. In today's world filled with endless distractions, maintaining focus has become a rare skill. In this episode of the Catalyst Podcast, we're going to dive deep into the concept of indistinguishability. It's not just about eliminating distractions. It's about developing a mindset that empowers you to control your attention and achieve your goals. Let's explore what it means to be truly indistractable and how to cultivate this powerful trait. Welcome to the Catalyst Podcast, raw, real, and unedited. My name is Jason, and you can find Catalyst at Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, Threads, and TikTok. You can hear the podcast created through Spreaker on YouTube, Spotify, Apple, iHeart, and Amazon. Catalyst has the power to create change, and we hope this is what this podcast will do. If you'd like to be a part of this podcast as a guest or a contributor, you can email us at catalystmotivationpodcast@gmail.com. That's catalystmotivationpodcast@gmail.com. Welcome to episode 59, Indestrsctable, Mastering the Art of Focus. All right. Well, let's not hesitate and let's get right to it. Let's talk about indistractability. This isn't about becoming a hermit or shutting out the world. It's about intentionally choosing where to direct your attention. It's about recognizing the differences between distractions and temptation. Distractions are external forces that pull us away from our goals, while temptations are internal urges that drive you towards immediate gratification. Now, temptations are everywhere. They're those little nudges that lead you to check your phone, scroll through social media, or binge watch a show. We've all been there. Let me just see what time it is. And while I'm seeing what time it is, I can check my email. And while I check my email, I can then go and look at what's going on TikTok. And while I'm going on TikTok, I might as well go to Instagram. And if I'm going to Instagram, I might as well go to Facebook. And then the next thing you know, all of a sudden you're binge watching Game of Thrones or The Office or The Boys or anything else, right? Now, while it's impossible to eliminate temptations entirely, we can learn to manage them effectively. So, here's a relatable story. All right? Let's take a moment to consider the impact of smartphones on our lives. Okay? Think about it. Before we had smartphones, I know for some of you it's going to be hard to believe there was a time before smartphones, but before smartphones, you would have to call, and you would take this phone, this device, and you would punch in or rotary spin a code that would then connect you to another person. And if that other person wasn't there, you would see where they were at and then try to get them at the other location. Remember payphones? Remember that? Like, you're calling places, you're not calling people. And the impact of these smartphones, these devices once hailed as tools of empowerment, have really become a constant source of distraction. Remember, we can just sit down to read a book without the constant interruption of notifications, right? It's time to reclaim our attention and break free from the smartphone's grip. Evil smartphone, we will break our grip. We will break this grip that you have on us. All right? But seriously, folks, when is there not a time when it's not in your hand or next to you on a table? You can be In fact, this is real funny. My son had just started playing football, and they did an event where it was really cool. They did a blessing of the helmets with the parents, and then we went to a restaurant and we had a meal. And he looked at everybody there, parents, children alike, all engaged on their phones, not engaged with each other. The grip is so powerful. It goes beyond reason, but we can break free from this grip and live our lives as human beings. So I'm going to talk about 4 pillars of indistractability. To truly become indistractable, we need to focus on 4 key pillars. So let's get started. Number 1, awareness. The first step is to become aware of your triggers. Be in the moment. Notice what's happening. Okay? What are the situations or the emotions that lead you to seek distractions? You know, is it something that, is it a fear of commitment or a fear of doing a task? What is it? Right? Make a conscious decision about how you spend your time. I'm sorry. Once you identify your trigger, you can begin to develop strategies to manage them. All right? Make a conscious decision about it. But once you identify it, make that conscious decision to begin to develop strategies to manage it. All right? That's number 1. Number 2, choice. You have the power to choose where you direct your attention. Instead of allowing distractions to dictate your day, make decisions on how you're going to spend your time. You are free to choose. You can choose to give into it, or you can choose to stay focused and do what you need to take care of. All right. That's number 2. So we got awareness, we got choice. Number 3 is structure. Create a structured environment that supports your focus. Minimize distractions in your workplace. Set clear boundaries and establish routines. For me, I work from home. I have a room where I have my quote unquote office. 8:25, I walk into this room, I get myself logged in, I get myself clocked in, and I start my day. And anytime I'm in here, from 8:30 to 5, even when my kid comes home, he knows not to bother me. He knows not to call. I've set these parameters with everybody. Even for me, myself, my phone is in the bedroom on the charger. I leave it there, and in case I need to be reached, I get direct messages from the school. I get direct messages from my son. I get direct messages from my oncologist. Other than that, everybody else I'm working with can reach me on my computer. But I established a routine. I create the boundaries, and I've been pretty consistent. Not of lately, but I'm getting myself back on track and putting that structure back in. So awareness number 1, choice number 2, structure number 3, the final piece of the puzzle, effort. Indistractability requires effort. It's not something that happens overnight. You'll need to be persistent and patient as you develop these new habits and overcome your challenges. It's going to require effort, action, taking action, using effort, getting into it. And listen, it's not going to happen overnight. Just like the person who thinks they're going to lose 10 pounds before the reunion. It's going to take time. You got to put together a plan. Sometimes you're going to fall, and that's okay. But stay consistent and persistent as you develop these habits and overcome these challenges. All right. Now, mindfulness and meditation. Here are 2 powerful tools for cultivating focus. By learning to stay present in the moment, you can reduce stress, improve your attention span, and develop greater self-awareness. Meditation. Take a couple of minutes. Or you know what? Even start off even smaller than that. Take 15 seconds. Get yourself, find a nice little place for you to be. Turn everything off and just sit and be still. You can even do it before you go to bed or when you wake up. Just take 15 minutes and just breathe in and breathe out. Breathe in and breathe out. It's amazing what will happen as you start to go from that 15 minutes to 20 minutes to 25 minutes, 30 minutes. Don't give up on yourself. Don't get discouraged. Let the mind wander, but try to bring yourself back. It will do you so much good. All right. So as we said, it's not easy, and it's not going to be easy. It was never meant to be easy. Right? There's going to be setbacks. There's going to be challenges along the way. But remember, this is a journey, not a destination. Don't get discouraged if you slip up. The important thing is you got to keep trying, learn from your mistakes. It's what we do as human beings. We don't come out of our mom saying, hello, my baby. Hello, my darling. Hello, my ragtime gal. We're not dancing and doing no. We slowly develop over time, improving and learning from mistakes, discovering things. The same thing for you. When you switch a job, when you switch a career, with things like that, there's a learning curve. It's okay if you slip up. It's all right. The important thing is to keep trying, keep trying, keep trying. Consistent and persistent. All right. Now, we get that through mindset. All right. An indistractable mindset is one that's rooted in self-discipline, self-awareness, and a deep understanding of your goals. When you cultivate this mindset, you'll be better equipped to resist temptation, manage distractions, and achieve your aspirations. So, in this episode, we've explored the concept of indistinguishability and discussed the strategies for cultivating this powerful trait. Remember, becoming indistractable is a journey, not a destination. It requires awareness, choice, structure, and effort. So, before we go, I got to give you a takeaway. And this takeaway is a digital detox. To get ourselves on our journey towards indistinguishability, I'm going to challenge you to this digital detox. In fact, I'm going to take it to myself. I'm going to do it myself as well. So, for one day, disconnect from all your electronic devices except for the essential communication tools. Spend time in nature. You know, that stuff that's outside. Engage in activities that bring you joy. Reconnect with the present moment. My beach walks are so important to me. They're so important to me. To watch the world wake up, because I get up around 5, to watch the world wake up and, you know, have my feet in the sand and hear the waves and have the mist of the water and watch the world arise and wake up as the sun comes up. And, you know, I'm there. I'm the only person on the beach. And then all of a sudden you see all this life emerging. It's so healthy and helpful. Especially like I said, when going through cancer and divorce and dealing with those things, it was such a joy for me. Get out in nature. You don't have a beach, go to a park. You don't have a park, go to the woods, wherever. Just reconnect with the present moment. All right. Now, as we do this, by mastering this art of focus, you're going to unlock your true potential and achieve your goals. So let's commit to becoming more indistractable and embracing the power of attention. Remember, the journey towards focus is a worthwhile one, and the rewards are immeasurable. So thank you so much for listening to the Catalyst Podcast, raw, real, and unedited. My name is Jason, and you can find Catalyst at Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, Threads, and TikTok. You can hear the podcast created through Spreaker on YouTube, Spotify, Apple, iHeart, and Amazon. The Catalyst has the power to create change, and we hope this is what this podcast will do. Thank you for listening to episode 59. We'll see you next time for episode 60. Go be great.